Welcome one and all to this 42nd episode of D&D with me, Mike.
And me, Zoe.
And today we are going to work on adding money to the game. And we probably are going to add another type of treasure chest that sort of looks smaller, less important than the one that gives you the
items.
The hand of God. Yeah, so let's get started. Boom. What a great way to finish this playtime. Alright, so we need an icon. So let's go to our little sprites here.
Show the grid.
Yeah, image, view, show grid, and that's it. That's all we're gonna do. We're not gonna snap or anything like that. So what's the difference between two layers? Okay, so this layer is shading and this layer is the rest. So if we do rupees or something similar to that, we could have circles. I don't mind. So yeah, what do you say? Circles?
I think circles are fine.
Like so. And then we can color them. And we're gonna start with the basic one being yellow, I guess. Oh no. It needs to be a grayscale so we can color it programmatically. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna add the shading. Right, so right here we're gonna go and select a gray of sorts. We should probably actually have a darker gray here. And then a lighter gray.
Draw a little S symbol.
Here. No. What we're gonna do is just have a bit of a shading. So something like this. So it shines.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't look too bad, this. Hopefully. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And we can go File. Export. HUD PNG. Replace. Export. And now in Unity we need to go in Sprite Editor. Because we have these. But we don't have this one.
Mm-hmm.
And now we do. HUD 3, apply, close. We're gonna need a HUD element for that. So up here we got the powers. I'm not sure that's the best idea. We may want to keep the powers somewhere else.
We can put the money and that down
Bottom left. Sure. Alright, so let's immediately go to our canvas at this point. HUD, health, equipment. So okay, looks to me this is yeah. So duplicate health and call this one money. Hold Control and Alt. No, excuse me, Alt and Shift. And we're gonna go bottom left. There it is, release. So let's see what it has. It has a grid layout. We don't need that at all. In fact, I don't think we need any layout. What we do need is two equivalent things. So we're gonna put full over there, and it's a bit odd. I would have thought that having it bottom left would actually put it bottom left. I'm a bit confused.
I think we put it.
See, it's high up.
Yeah, it's taking the box, but I'm putting that bottom left.
I think that. Right, I think our problem is full. That's alright, so we're gonna do again Alt and Shift and put it bottom left, and that's it. So here we're gonna go with HUD 3 and we're gonna color it yellow or slightly darker yellow.
Some kind of gold.
Yeah. So if we hide the pop-up, that's how it looks like.
Looks visible.
Yeah, and now what we need is we also need the money stuff following. So let me think. Probably having a horizontal layout group under money would be helpful. Let's create a UI text mesh pro.
Okay.
And then immediately to this guy give it a layout. So layout horizontal layout group. Sure. And we are going to have a bit of spacing, say 10. Padding we're going to leave alone. Now full needs to preserve the aspect. And text, I don't see any reason why it should be this distant, but we'll fix it now. So we're gonna tell this guy, actually you're gonna be less wide, like that. Yeah, so say 400 or something. But this is all too large, so we're also going to reduce its size. Height, we're gonna go down to 80. I'm literally selecting almost randomly. So this one's gonna be centered vertically on the left, I think is a good idea. Now we can't really see stuff here at all because it's too far. Like I want this to be close. Let's again hide the pop-up temporarily, and there we go. So we got the text. Let's see, here it says for a specific font size, like click auto size, and let's put a maximum of 60. That's probably too much. A maximum of 50. Yeah, that's pretty good. And now call this one TM underscore money or text underscore money. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. And what we're gonna do now is actually force it not to wrap. That's pretty important. The material we want outline. And thanks for the follow, Voodoo. And what we're gonna do now is we're going to add layout elements. So we're gonna say layout element to this guy, and remember it's 80 tall. So we're gonna say a minimum width is also 80.
Okay.
Okay. And then the money, we're also gonna add a layout element. I like to put these higher up than I like to put them at the bottom. Yeah, bottom is fine. And this one is going to have a preferred width. This means it's a width that's going to tend to something. See, and now it stops. Now I'm going to put something ludicrous like 2000. This means that whatever allocated space we have, it's going to take basically as much as possible. Okay? Of that allocated space. And it keeps the little margin that we pointed out. So, you know, everything. So if you were to say 10,000, for example, that's how it would look like. If you kept on adding figures,
Get some on until you have 2,000.
huh?
Until you have 2,000.
2000 what?
2,000 little numbers, right? Is that the
No,
limit?
no, 2000. No, 2000 is just the amount of space it takes in this theoretical space. I mean, 2000 would be larger than the extra screen, right? It just won't fit there. So I'm kind of curious about the press A to continue. So it's all the way there.
It's
But
huge.
it's not at the bottom. An anonymous cheerer donates one biddy. Thank you. So we've got this position at negative 70 something. I mean, part of me likes it there, but I think we're gonna go with 0. Thanks for the BTs again. And then the bottom like this. Let's see these guys. Okay. Yeah, so we got a little bit of movement from the bottom, which is 2020, and we should probably reflect that. So, pop-up info. Thanks, Ian. Pop-up info, 2020. We're in the middle of taping the show now, so we tend to be a bit non-responsive because this goes on YouTube as well. Let's again do Alt Shift and put it there at the bottom. Now it's got a huge width, which sure I can live with, whatever. I don't care. But what I do care about is where this is, and it needs to be at negative 20 from the right and positive 20 from the bottom, and it needs to have a height of 80. The font has a maximum of 60, if I recall correctly. 60 seems to me like much. Let's go down to 40, and let's also make the money have a maximum of 40. Minimum of 18 I think is acceptable. We're never gonna have a number like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just to make sure that stuff will fit. And as you can see, it's left centered, right? So it is always going to be close to the icon, and I think this looks pretty decent. Okay, so that does it for this. Now we need to go take a look at our prefabs. I think we should have a pickup prefab. Now the pickup prefab...
Pickup should be for items. I think we need treasure content.
Treasure content. I suspect it's the other way around. I think,
yeah, pickup would be the hearts and stuff.
yeah, so let's just, to make absolutely sure, change the graphics so we don't get confused. Right, so we're gonna do this. Now, the pickup will also need to know a color. Right, it needs to know what type of rupee you're picking up, what type of coin you're picking up. So I don't think at the moment our pickup script actually accepts any colors. I mean, it may, but it won't know which color. Set up pickup P. Let's take a look at the CNAM. Okay, well that's easy enough. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add numerous different types of coins. Okay, so here you're gonna say coin _1, comma enter. Now copy this, paste it, 5,
Nickel.
paste, 10. No,
Dime.
that's 1,010.
No more dime.
Undo. What? Undo. Are you holding control? Yes.
I was
undo.
going.
Undo. No, don't hold control. Yeah.
There.
Copy this. Paste it here. 20. Paste it here. 50. Paste it here. 100. And paste it here.
1,000.
Paste it. 200, I think, and save. That's the oops.
That's 20.
And that's the maximum. Save. So we got a few, and so we should worry about colors for these. Maybe the game manager should have these rules. I'm becoming a bit apprehensive about the game manager becoming complex, but here you can do public color array, pick up colors, semicolon, save. Okay, should we also have different sizes for the pickups? Because, no, whatever. I think we'll be okay. Just different colors should be fine. Okay, so let's go and assign these real quick. Game manager. Wait a bit for the compiler to be done.
Auto generate lighting on. What's that?
That means it's building the way the lights are working in the scene. That is taking a suspiciously long time though. Hello?
Looks like something's locked.
Unity looks like it's locked to me. Doing. It's gone mental. I do wonder if because I've installed a different way of dealing with graphics that Unity is going to implement over time called HD RP, and I'm using it in another game. It stands for High Definition Rendering Pipeline, and it's full of bugs at the moment, and so it may be this. I don't know what's going on.
Can you clear them?
Sure. They shouldn't be there, I don't think. Okay, so for the colors, we're gonna do it in a second, but for the first thing I want to do is deal with the sprite. So we need a coin sprite, and the rest is just the same sprite a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So where was it? Was it in pickup?
I think we had them in pickup, yeah.
Yeah.
We had
no.
pickup color.
No, we don't. We have them here. Okay, so it starts at 1 and it ends at 7. So we need 8 of them. And it's safe to simply do this because it's the same sprite a bunch of times. Now,
Yeah.
so what should the first sprite, the sprite for the heart, be? What color?
Red.
Wrong. Why white?
You said it went in shades of gray, so we colored them in gold?
Does the heart look like it has shades of gray?
No.
And that's your answer. What happens if I multiply white by any other color?
It becomes that color.
That's right.
It's like 1.
It is 1. Okay, so now for the coins,
Coin.
let's go with this orange to start. Well, this is sort of yellow. And let's make immediately sure that we go to our money here and immediately select exactly the same yellow. Okay, that looks too orange to me.
Yeah, a little.
There, this yellow. Okay, so now back to the game manager.
And
Let's
take
make
that.
absolutely sure that this one is exactly the same. Now,
Whereas we get
the
5
5
coin.
rupees is blue usually, right? The 10 rupees is
red.
isn't red 50? I don't know.
Haven't played in a while. The
20.
20, I don't think we have one.
Well,
have
we do
one.
now, because they usually use green for that. We're gonna go. Yeah, yellow would be 100 if I remember. Let's go with lime. Then this would be 50. Let's go with cyan for 50.
100 now.
100. We're gonna go with
There's pink rupees, I think.
Boeing. And then there's the most valuable of them all, 200. We're gonna put a gray so it looks like silver or something. Okay. And there we go. Now, the percentage of drop chance, how does that work again? So
We would need
I can't quite remember.
we use the red channel too.
We use the red channel for the probability, but then we should use the green channel for what you can drop.
Yeah.
I don't know that I like this. So what are the only things that we can drop? At the moment we only have cash and we only have
Hearts.
hearts. So what if we did this differently? We did the red channel for heart probability, the green channel for money probability, and the blue channel for whatever happens in the future if we have it, right? So we could do that instead, and I think that would be probably a pretty good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
So, and we should test for the probability that we have less of. Let me see. Hit Control F to look for setup pickup. We need to go find it. Okay, there it is. Spawn pickup, instantiate pickup, setup pickup, random range, get values pickup dot length. Okay, so we were randomizing between all of the types of pickups. That's what we did before. I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea. I think that could be an acceptable idea.
We could get coins, we could get hearts.
Yes, but the thing is, inherently, the various things that can spawn should have a certain probability. Right? Spawning
Like-
at 200, one should be very low.
Yeah.
Right, so let's go to our game manager. Oh, we already are there. Hello. And add another thingy here. So you go public float, open close square, pick up probabilities, capital P. Probabilities. Semicolon. Save. Okay. So, and now let's go there and do it right away. We're gonna have to change how this is working a little bit. So we need 8 of them. And the heart, we're gonna say, has a 20% probability of falling.
Okay. What about the one coin?
Hmm?
The one coin.
One coin also should have 20. So, you know what? It's an issue because we already have a certain percentage of probability. So that's the first score that you need to test. And then you need to test against these scores as well. Interesting. So let's say that 5 is a 10% probability, or perhaps 15. 10 is a 10% probability. 20 is a 5% probability. 50 is a 3% probability. 100 is a 1% probability. And wait a moment, this is all wrong. It's supposed to be 0.5, 0.5 rather, 0.3, 0.2, and I'm gonna do 0.1. So there's a 1% chance that you may get a 200 rupee draw. Okay.
That would be very lucky.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna change this to 0.3, and then what we need to do is we need to order them, and then we need to go through them, depending on what we get, right? So I quite like the way this is shaping. I think it's gonna work okay. So pickup. When we get to spawn the pickup, we're actually going to do another test. So here we already theoretically know we've won the lottery, right?
Yeah.
But we need to actually do another lottery. And we need to check from the lowest to the highest. In order to do that, we're going to have some kind of way to separate them. Okay? Now, I am not... we could do it with a dictionary. That will probably be the cheapest. But it's a bit lazy. But we're going to do that. So
Okay.
private space sorted dictionary. Yeah, open, close, and now of type. So the key is going to be a float, comma, and
Value we need.
the value is going to be a pickup type. Or pickup one down. No, close. Yeah. Oh, and call it dict underscore pickups, whatever. Pickup rules, pickup probabilities there. Probabilities. Semicolon. Save. Now, copy this. Every time we spawn one, we're gonna do a check first. We're gonna check if this is not null. No, first you paste it, then you go exclamation mark equals null. And one more enter, close the, there we go. So dict pickup probabilities is not null. So if it's not null, we need to initialize it. So copy it. Do you remember how to initialize lists or dictionaries? How do you initialize a list?
I think you do equals list dot
Close, new list. So space equals new
dictionary.
space
sorted
tab.
dictionary.
Open, close round, semicolon. Now the problem is it's empty, so we need to fill it, and we're gonna fill it with a loop. So hit 4 and then tab, and the length we're gonna go to is the amount of pickup probability. So copy this,
Okay.
paste it here, dot length. Yeah, that's it. Save. Now, there's a risk, an inherent risk. The dictionary must have unique values, keys, okay?
What do you mean?
Meaning all of these must be different. If there's a single one that's the same, we're gonna get a crash. So it's something we need to be aware of for later. Right? So it shouldn't be a problem. For now, we're gonna add this to the rest. So copy, paste, dot add, open, and here it wants a key and a value. The key is easy. It's pickup probabilities.i. I mean square bracket I. Comma. Now the value, you need a pickup value. What are you gonna give it? Hello?
Think pickup probabilities.
What? It's a pickup. You need to feed it a pickup. What are you talking about? Which pickup do you feed it? You're in a loop.
One of them.
Huh? One of them.
Oh,
that's
one of them.
That's
So
the very
I.
very correct answer. Yes. Close. You need to cast it as a pickup.
Yeah, because I is an int.
That's right. And you cannot implicitly cast ints into enums. You can explicitly do it. Close the round now. Semicolon. Now, what's interesting about sorted dictionaries is what they do is they sort whatever key you give them, in our case floats, in ascending order, so going up. I mean, you may be able to change that to descending, I don't know. But by default they sort things going up, and that's really clever for us, because here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say, we're gonna throw dice, right? And we're gonna say, hi. Actually, let's put this at 0.5, so 50%. It's pretty high likelihood, right? So we're gonna go from the lowest to highest. Now you see they'll be actually ordered exactly backwards, which is perfectly fine for us. And we're gonna say, hello score that I've just rolled. Let's say 17%. Okay. Are you lower than 1%? No. Are you lower than 2%? No. Are you lower than 3%? No. 5%? No. 10%? No. 15%? No. 20%? Yes. Spawn this guy.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how we're gonna do this. But now our dictionary is ready, so that's good. Now here you're gonna create a float on the fly and call this one score equals new random.range 0 to 1. Oh wait, I don't think you need new. Sorry, random.range 0 to 1. Wrong. These are ints. You just created a float banana. What are you gonna randomize between?
Oh. And this.
There you go. Use your head, will ya? Save. So yes, you've got the score now, and now we can go and check which one we're gonna get. So we're going to use a different type of loop. You can't loop through a dictionary with a for, because a dictionary does not have the concept of indices.
Oh.
Meaning there is a first element inside the dictionary, yes, but you only know it by its key. But you don't know the key, so you can't deal with that. So you need to use something called the for each.
Oh, yeah, the for each can do any
Can do objects, basically, or other types of things.
So we can use the key in for eaches.
Well, no. But we can use a key value pair. So type for each, tab, one more, there. And you can also use var. I don't like it. I like to be explicit about my variables. So you want to start typing key value pair.
Key value.
There it is, right here. Open of type. So which two key values do we have?
So we have...
What's the key? We talked about it.
The key was a float.
Then float. And what's the value?
And the value was a pickup.
Pickup. Yeah, and pickup.
Pickup type thing.
The wrong
Not
pickup.
that one.
Not the class.
Enum.
Not a pickup.
Pick this kind of
Okay.
pickup.
And now close of type. Okay, call it K. In, copy the dictionary. Paste it. Save. Now you need to check if your score is lower than the current K's key.
Okay, so if score is lower, then lower is this.
Yeah, the alligator mouth facing the other way. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is lower than what?
You said the key.
Yeah, the key, but of what? What element of your dictionary? It's called K, your element. So K, now dot key.
Dot key.
That's the one. Close round, open a squiggle, hit enter twice and close it. So if the score is lower than the key, that means we've passed the test. Exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this, paste it here. Now this is wrong here, this random range. What we're going to do instead is we're going to feed it k.value, which is going to be a pickup.
Mm-hmm. So any pickup that we're closest to.
Yep. Okay. Now, but what is going to happen? The for each is going to continue. We need to interrupt that for each.
So return.
Return. There's another way to interrupt it as well. Break. And what break would do is would just exit the for each. So if you have code that follows, it would be red. With return, it won't be red. So that would be a problem.
So
it's fine. It's fine. Leave it with
we
return.
Don't have anything after, so.
Right. I generally tend to prefer return, but it's not particularly rational. The break would work just as well now because there's nothing that follows it.
Yeah, but.
So save. So yeah, they have this advantage, disadvantage dichotomy, right? If you do a break, then the stuff that follows happens. If you do return, the stuff that follows does not happen, and you may want one or the other, in depending on the situation.
There's no difference here, so Because there's nothing after.
Right. So now we need to go to our setup pickup because we have the color that we need to deal with. We haven't dealt with it yet. So right here you can say sr.color equals, and let's see if you can figure it out by yourself.
So
I usually only ask really easy questions. So all of the clues you need are right in front of you. Earth to Zoe, what is the problem? Hello? What's the problem?
everything. I have no
Everything,
idea.
the world, the chaos. Angels and devils. What do you mean you have no idea? What are you going to change now? Ask yourself what you're trying to do. What are you trying to do?
Trying to tell which channel is going to.
Channel? What channel?
No, wait. No.
You're changing sr.color. What does that mean? What's
We're changing
SR?
the color of the coins.
Good. Or all
Or
of the
hearts
possible
of
key
all
pickups.
of the pickups.
That's right. Now, which color do you need to go pick?
Whatever one we had that was what the corresponding color of whatever was chosen.
That's right. Whatever was chosen is determined by which variable in this context.
It was K.
No. That's a variable on the other side. On this side, what is this variable called? It's only
Pickup probabilities.
No. How would the probabilities decide anything? The probability didn't decide things, but gave you an index, so to speak, inside your dictionary. We're past
Then
that stage.
The dictionary?
No, you're past the stage of the dictionary. What have you just sent to set up a pickup? Very difficult question considering you can literally just read the answer.
A pickup.
That's right. So you've sent it a pickup, which is an enum, which is also readable as? All enums are? Insects. No, they're all ints. They're all numbers. You know this. Okay? You've literally just done a cast from an int to a pickup. Okay? Now, literally, if you, instead of panicking, like the potato you are, you read the code that's above you. That's how you decide how to assign a sprite. You have to assign a sprite, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So, how are you going to assign the color? You need to ask yourself, where is the color? And you've already answered the question, which color, by saying
The
corresponding color.
Of the
Correspondence is decided by a certain int. You should have that int already.
P. So
Or pickup, because it's the same, but P gets assigned to pickup. So now, you should be able to know where the colors are. Where are the colors? Which script contains the colors?
I think it's the one we are in.
No. The pickup script does not contain the colors.
The game manager
Right.
has the enum of pickup that contains the
Just
colors.
as much as it has the pickup sprite. So, start typing.
So
You should already know.
P.
No, not P. And look at this line right here. It's right here. It's in front of me. How do you go to the game manager? Game manager.
Yes.
Dot script. Please turn on your brain, okay? So we can work together as opposed to me dictating stuff to you. So then you have pickups, well, not
So
sprites.
P and then dot color.
No. P.color makes no sense. An enum does not contain a color as an attribute. Dot what? You need to give it a color. Pick up colors. You've created it inside the game manager. Now which one?
We need the corresponding one, so P.
P you can't. It's a... I said, listen, I'm gonna help you because this is boring. Copy. Paste. Now read it and see if you understand it, because it's really not that difficult. Where does pickup come from? This word over here. Why does it not say P there?
Because it's not a pickup.
What? Of course it's a pickup. P, right here.
Oh,
There we go. Finally, you're using your head. Exactly. Pickup equals P.
so
So-
it's the same thing as P. You can put
Right.
P or
Well, yeah,
pickup.
exactly. In this case, but the point is, you need to save this information for later, because when you're gonna pick up the pickup, right? It needs to know what it needs to do to you. Okay. So, pickup colors. Right. So you go to the game manager, the script, pickup colors, which is a variable you've just created, which is an array and contains a bunch of colors. Which color do you want? The one for pickup. But can you use pickup? No, you can't, because it's of type pickup, and that
And so you
cannot
need to
implicit.
cast
It
it
needs to be cast as
to
an
an it.
save. That's all. That's all we needed to do. Now, for the picking up of the pickup, on collision enter, collect pickup. So
Oh, that's
this
fine then.
guy's gonna deal with it.
We have the heart. We need the other ones.
That's right.
Case pickup dot.
Okay, so I can already see this is gonna get boring fast. And the reason why this is gonna get
coins.
What?
Because we need to do all the coins.
That's right. So one thing we could do instead is create an array of ints for how many coins you get. Now because the hearts and the coins are sharing the same array conceptually, right? We need to account for the heart also healing 1. So we're gonna say public,
Public, not partial.
not partial, public
Public.
int array pickup values or something, quantities, semicolon, or this semicolon. No, you've already made an
I already
array.
made an array.
Save. Okay, so pickup values. So, but there's still gonna be a difference because the heart needs to heal, not give you money. So here type switch, tab, P, enter. Okay, so now all of the hearts, or rather all of the coins, can all cascade under the same result.
Which means you get some money.
And heart is gonna fall into heart. So you can cut this, paste it here, but 1 is now incorrect. It needs to be pickup values, square bracket, and let's see if you can figure it out.
No, that. We didn't even assign pickup values and give it.
That's
how
fine, we'll
many
do it
has.
later. But so, which value are you gonna get?
We need the 0th one first. time.
Yeah, but how do you know it's the 0th one? What if you
Be-
move the heart?
You're right. It's the first one. It's not the 0 one. It's the second one
What? No.
because of 9.
No, I don't want any hard coding of numbers. Which number do you have to get? It's obvious. Well, it should be. This one. I don't sense understanding. What do you not understand?
Why would we use the pickup?
What value
We
will it
need an
have when you
enter.
get a heart? Hover?
Nothing.
0, not nothing. Very different. You said the 0th, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right. What if I move the heart somewhere else? To, I don't know, 27th value. Which
It-
value will come in here?
27.
That's right. I, as a programmer, must not devote any mental energy to remembering what enum corresponds to what. The only time I do that is when I assign those variables.
Mm.
And then the machine should do itself. So, this is how we'll do it. Save. Now, we do not have an add money, but I don't think the player should have the money. Well, actually, maybe the player should in fact have the money, but it needs to be saved. So I don't know that I see a huge advantage in having it here. We could have the money directly in the game manager. Do we have anything here in the game manager? I don't think so. So let's do it in player just for consistency's sake. Now this is not a rule. It's a state.
It's not in
That's
the
a
structure.
bad rule. This one shouldn't be here.
Cosmetics?
No, certainly not. Cut health and put it here first, because that's a state, not a rule. And then you can paste it again and call this one money. and give it a 0. Save.
Yeah.
And when you load and save is something we're gonna have to worry about. Set attributes, etc. There should be a max money as well, sort of some kind of like Zelda pouch possibly, but we can worry about that later. Okay, so game manager.
So that you won't get the 10, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9 that you used to show me.
Whatever. Right, so let's see here. Take damage, heal, and here you can add another public. Void. Add money. I don't know if add should be... Change this to modify. So if we spend it, right? And here go int increment, which could be a decrement, but that's beside the point. Close, open a squiggle, here into twice, save. Let's add another int right here. Go int and call this one specific. And go equals -1, comma, and increment of equals, and wait, this may be a logical problem to deal with because -1 is a perfectly valid increment. Let's go with negative mathf dot infinity. Oh, that's a float though. Sure. So let's try with negative infinity. Can we floor it, or round it? Try and round it. Mathf dot round to int. To int. Open round.
This thing.
Close the round. Oh, what an idiot! An increment that would be completely unnecessary would be 0.
You can't add 0.
Well, you
It's
can,
just
but it changes
The
nothing.
same thing.
Right, so we can ignore it. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because we can change this to set money, so capital S, because when we load the save, when we load the save, we want to set, say, 2,000 or whatever it is that we had saved, right?
Mhm.
You don't want to have to deal with increments at that point. It's a pain.
Yeah.
So here you're going to check if set specific, specific, I don't know why I said set.
Oops, I think yes, I messed
So
up.
if specific is higher than -1, yeah, that means we have a specific. So we're gonna say money equals specific. Yeah, semicolon. Else, open a squiggly. Now we're gonna do another check just for absolute security. If increment is not 0. Yeah. Then money, what?
The money needs to go up.
Well,
by whatever we had.
Which
So,
is? So how do you
a
write
pickup.
that? See, you're not paying any attention to what we're writing. Read what we wrote and understand it. And this time I'm going to patiently wait, even though our audience may get bored. I want you to translate into human language everything you're seeing here. Start with the beginning.
So we made a function called setMoney.
Yep.
And inside it we made an int name specific.
No. I mean, yes-ish, but not good enough. What does inside it mean?
So,
Where will specific be coming from when you call this function?
I think the pickup that the value.
Ignore the pickups.
Like
Changing money could be done in any way, hundreds of different ways. It doesn't matter that it's the pickup. I want to ask, just in the most basic of senses, you have said to me now, I made a function called set money, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Then in brackets there's some stuff. What does that stuff in brackets mean?
So increment would mean how much money you get,
Sure.
and it would go up and up, because that's what an increment is.
No. You're reasoning about this all incorrectly. The first step is understanding what the stuff in brackets means in any function. What does the stuff in brackets mean? And I beg of you to remember this once I tell you, because I've told you a gazillion times by now. It's getting irritating that you keep on forgetting this. Okay? Set money is a function that requests information. What information does it request?
2 ints.
Perfect. The stuff that is in brackets is information the function needs to have in order to work.
So if you would call set money, you have to give us it 2 ints. The specific
Kinda
and the
though.
increment.
You don't have to give it 2 ints. And there's a reason why you don't have to give it 2 ints. Because both ints have default values. So if you don't give one of the ints,
That means it stays -1 and 0 by default.
that's right. Okay? So if I call set money bracket bracket, feed it nothing, the function should do what?
The function should
If I
keep
feed it nothing.
specific -1 and increment 0.
Right. And if specific is -1, we don't want to set a specific. And if increment is 0, there's no point in setting it at all. So the function should do absolutely nothing if it's called without the argument. If it's called with a specific argument, does the increment argument matter?
I don't think so.
That's right. Because the specific,
They're not related here.
well, the specific thing is what you want, right? You want to say, hey, money, from now on you're going to be 2,376. Because that's what I found in the save file. Right?
Mm.
However, if you want to do an increment, that does the specific matter?
No.
Well, exactly.
Okay.
But if you look at the code here, you'll see that specific is the first question that's done. So hierarchically, specific is more important
Then
than increment. But the vast majority of the time, specific is going to be not sent. Therefore, you're going to have a -1. You're going to set specific essentially one time.
We'll have specific -1 every time we start the game, because we don't have saves yet.
Well, sure, that's fine. That's beside the point. Right? So, in fact, that's a pretty decent point. If specific is -1 and increment is 0, then we're just going to set 0. Okay? So, put an else over here. And open a squiggly. And hit enter and close. Save. Okay? Now, so this is how we translate this in human language to some extent. Okay? Every time you call set money, it will have to know one of these two things. The same way as heal needs to know an increment.
Because we didn't give it a default value. Same
Right,
with take
but
damage
as you
and
can see, this
damage.
one is not optional. The only reason why both of these are optional is because both of them are equivalently important, and both of them can have the omission of the other. So that's why we have it that way. Anyway, if specific is higher than -1, that means we have a specific value we want. Awesome. Money equals specific.
Then we put the specific number in the money box, in the money text thing.
We'll worry about
Except
that
we
later.
haven't done text yet. So.
We'll worry about that later. Now, the second thing that we then do is, if specific is in fact lower than 0, right, then that means we have an increment, or we should. If the increment is different than 0, what do we do to the money?
If the increment is not 0,
Yeah.
then we need to give ourselves some money.
Or remove it.
Or that.
Yeah. So how do we do it? Money, what? What do you need to add to money?
Some money.
Which some money? Ah, bless. Where do you get that information?
A specific amount of
No.
money.
Exactly 100% wrong. Not specific. Where did you get that money from?
From the player.
What is increment going to contain? Suppose you hit what colors do we have? Purple rupee, whatever. And I don't remember its value, but let's say it's 50.
It's
You collect the thing, it goes to set money. Specific is going to be -1. Increment is going to be what value?
the purple rupee value.
Yeah, which is 50. Whatever. Let's go with 50. What happens to the money?
It needs to add it to the.
Awesome. Can we do it?
So then this.
No, that would be money +1.
Then money plus increment.
Yes, sure. I mean, it's wrong, but at least write that. That's much better.
Because we're adding it to the money.
That's right, semicolon. You know the answers to all these questions. That's why I get irritated. Okay, now here we said we're going to set money to 0 just in case everything went wrong. So go ahead and set the money to 0. I don't know that I like this. It may be risky.
This should be money equals 0.
Yeah, except you need to actually type the equals.
Oops.
That's alright. You probably hit the key too lightly. Semicolon, winning. Alright, so set the money, it's all been done. Now let's see here in Heal. We have UI Manager update UI HUD. We're going to do exactly the same, but we also want to do a call for the sound. So copy this.
So we're going to need both of these.
Paste it here. Leave this sound for now. It's obviously wrong, but we'll worry about it later. Update HUD is something we need to go do. Now update HUD is doing all sorts of things here, and that's just fine. But we only have the HUD for the hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's not good enough. We need a HUD for the
Permanent power-ups is for gloves.
but permanent power-ups we already have. What we need is one for the coins. So I think an image. I don't really think we need an image, frankly. I think we only need a Text Mesh Pro UGUI. We just need the text.
What does UGUI stand for?
Unity game user interface. Paste it here, and TM, call this one money.
Like the other one.
Now copy it and paste it here. Dot text
Oops.
equals what?
We need whatever this. We had set money.
No, set money. Set money. So you change the money from a logic perspective. You don't actually change the text. What text do you need to write there? Think in human terms.
What we would have of money.
Our money.
Our money.
So, where do you get that? Same way you get the health. What? But no, that's got nothing to do with anything. That's a separate function. We've already done it. It's already solved. Put it on a side and ignore it forever. Well, not for now. How do you get that information? You're presently in UI Manager. It's a different script. How do you get the information from the player? Who knows the player?
The game manager knows the player.
Awesome. Therefore, you need to go to gamemanager.script.player. That's the first step.
Oops.
And now,
Player.
what do you need from the player?
The money.
Good. Semicolon. Now it's unhappy. Why? Read the error.
Cannot implicitly convert type int to string.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we can cast money as a string.
You can't cast it. I mean, you may be able to, but that's not the proper way to do it. There's one of the generic C# methods.
We have money dot string to string.
That's the one. Open, close round, semicolon. See, you did well now because you said, I think it's dot something string, right? That's what IntelliSense is for. So I don't remember loads of variables or loads of methods or loads of whatever. I don't remember them, right? You have seen me literally write a variable and then say, what did we call it again, right? But I don't need to remember. I need to simply remember vaguely what it was called, right? For example, I don't remember what we called the variable for the colors of the pickups, but I do remember it's in Game Manager. And I do remember that it's a singleton, so I do remember it's going to be dot script. And I do remember it's about colors. So I write in the word, oh, hello. Or, for example, I remember it's a pickup thing. There it is, right? So that's how you can reason, but you need to get your thoughts correctly first. So body.text equals that thing. Awesome. Perfect. That should work. So we are done with this. We're done with that. One thing we're not done with yet is actually going to the game manager and making the call. The call's missing.
Yeah.
Make the call.
So we need to call the
First.
player singleton.
Right. The player's not a singleton, but yeah.
So.
But yeah, the game manager knows the player. We know
So
this.
player dot we can do.
Player dot. And now what?
We would need the set money.
That's good. I like you when you think. Set money. Okay, now you have a problem. You have two ints, and they're both optional. Now, you're going to have to be explicit with what you want to do. Which one of the two do you want to affect?
The increment.
Right, so type increment, and look at what happened. It gives you an option. It gives you increment, and then you need to put a colon. If you do this, this means I'm going to call set money, and I'm only going to give it the second int. The first int I'm not going to give it. That means that the first int is going to be what value?
-1.
That's right.
Because that's what we put
That's
there.
right. So that's how you deal with functions when you wanna specify things. Let me give you a perfect example here. There's a function I hate in Unity. Okay, I mean it's really useful, but I hate the way it's written because it's really uncomfortable. So physics raycast. You've done this one many times. Look at how many overrides do I have.
16.
16. How do I know which one do I want? I don't, but I do know the parts that I need. So I need array, new array, whatever. Doesn't matter now, it's false information. I also need a hit, so it's gonna be hit info out new raycast hit. Again, I'm inventing things, right? But I'm just showing you how I made things explicitly. I also need a distance and a layer mask. So I can start with layer mask and 0, doesn't matter. And then I also want a distance, right? So float, distance, there it is, max distance, 5. Right? Now, because I've been explicit with every one of them, even though these are actually in the wrong order. Yeah, look, in the override,
We
okay,
have the distance and then the
distance and then the layer mask, I've done them in backwards. Right? The reason I can now do it because of this. Right? Ignore the fact that this is red. It's obvious that it's red because it can't store this in a new raycast hit. You would need to have a raycast hit created outside. But there you go. Anyway, increment. Now, what's the increment?
So the increment
Is what?
one of the coin pickups.
Incorrect.
It would be an int.
It is an int. That's certainly correct. But you said something that actually can help you. Do you recall creating a variable that's specifically designed to know how much value a pickup has?
I think we had pickup dot money or something like that.
Okay, well then start typing pickup because you know that's a common word.
Yeah. Let's
Okay,
see
you
if
have
we
a
had
few.
something.
So definitely not the class,
Okay,
definitely not the enum, definitely not this attributes.
Colors, probabilities.
Nope, I don't think so. It's a float.
You're right.
Sprites, it's
Sprites,
not.
nope.
Template, it
Nope.
won't be.
Values.
It's
Yes,
an int array.
It's an int,
That's
so
the one we
values.
probably want. Now, which one do you want?
Which one? We would need whatever randomness we would have.
So,
So what we got, we would need.
so. I can see the one you got from here. And you've used it before as well. All of this information is on screen already.
P.
P, of course.
No, it's not enough. We need to cast it as an int, I think.
Yep, let's go.
And then do this.
And then what else?
So that
You're done, right? That's all you want to give
so.
it.
So
Okay.
we have to do this
And then?
this.
Yes.
And then this.
Save. Okay, good. So set money is now going to work correctly. Every time we collect something, right? We collect the pickup, which is controlled by the other guys on collision enter. The spawning should already be correct, with the score should already be correct, and here we're gonna get the correct money, and the update should work. So the only problem we have, and this is a problem for next time because we ran out of time, is we're gonna have to worry about the saves, right? But for now, we should be already able to test, at least in principle, what happens here.
But we don't have any money we can collect. We don't have treasure chests that would contain money.
But we have vases.
You're right.
We have vases all over the place.
Chests.
Now, one thing that we need to do is we need to assign this text to our UI.
Otherwise,
Now, I think the UI manager is in the canvas. Yeah. So you drag text instructions here. And that should be the only thing. No, we have the values that we forgot to do.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go here, pick up values. There's 8 of them. We start with a heart. That's 1 heart. Then 1 rupee. Then 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, you see how this is becoming a bit cumbersome? I think I would actually prefer to have a struct specifically designed to contain this information, but it's something we can worry about next time. Because it's becoming really annoying. Look at them. You got like four things, etc. Anyway, so save. And now let's test it, and then we're gonna stop for the evening. Press 1 for me.
Oops.
Okay, that's normal. We never called it at least once. So we null reference exception. So we got a null reference. Key value pair key in dictionary pickup probabilities. Interesting. So the dictionary must not have been null? No, it must have been null. Oh! If the dictionary probability is null, then we need to create it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If it is
Otherwise,
null,
we have 2 there.
well, like, I mean, basically our code would have never been called. Okay, so that's easy enough. Press 1 for me.
You get a heart.
I got a heart for now.
Well, that's 0.5 probability, so.
Yeah, it's the most probable. And bear in mind, each vase itself has probability too.
Nothing, so.
It's normal. I expect nothing to be the most frequent.
We can go to the
It
room
seems
of vases.
suspiciously frequent now, though. Yeah, let's go to the room that has like 500 vases in.
And then we'll know if it was too frequent.
I don't know that we'll know, but we may get a shot at knowing.
Get there first.
Every now and then you get that little bug where you sort of jitter back into the previous room. That's not great.
Yeah, do that.
We may look
Twice.
into that next time. Okay, here goes our character. I'm sure I'm gonna grab the treasure.
That you already have.
I've got the hand of God. Fear me. Okay.
The one's in the middle. 7. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're definitely not Oh,
Money!
man, that took ages. But something's off. Oh, we gave it the wrong text.
Oops.
We gave it instructions. Plus, it only gave us 1. And that's the gray one. 11? What the heck? Okay, that's well wrong.
It gave us a 10-1 and a 1-1, but.
So it was extremely rare, which is interesting.
We need to give it a higher value.
I think so, and I think the heart should be a little rarer. So I think the rupee should be frequent, and so
More
the single rupee should be fairly frequent. Now, so let's find out. Okay, yeah. So our canvas, I gave it the wrong thing. I gave it the instructions as opposed to TM money, so that's one problem. The other problem was I was surprised by the color looking wrong. So that was
The color wrong and the
probabilities. Yeah, the probabilities need a little bit of loving. So probabilities. So this is the heart. Let's leave the heart at 0.5, but let's put the single rupee at 90%. Then let's put the 5 rupee at say 40%, and then the 10 rupee at 20%. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So the most frequent is the 1 rupee, then there's the heart, then there's the 5 rupees, then the 10 rupees.
Then we need to change
20%.
those ones.
Yeah, so 50 rupees is 10%. 0.05, excuse me, 20. 50 is 5%, 2%, 1%. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's test it out again.
And see if we get something better.
Press 1 for me.
Uh-huh. Now it's correct. We get some monies.
Okay, so something's off with that pickup clone. So let's see, pickup. Oh, rubbish. I think it's private, the type of pickup, which is fine, but weird. So I don't understand why the SR hasn't changed. Oh, I see. The problem is we have a coroutine that manages its color, and the color is going between white colors.
Could we do like some sort of switch and only affect the heart?
We could, but I don't think that's the most intelligent path. Well, the most intelligent path, in my opinion, is going to be using the color we already have. So we could either store the color or simply take it from here, and I think that would be just fine. So here you can say color. Call it C. C
this.
equals sr.color. So you're going to sprite renderer and picking up the color that you've assigned it before. So now, instead of doing this, you can say c.r. Can you guess this one?
C.G.
Yeah, and this one.
C.B.
And yeah, and do you want to alter the alpha?
I don't think so.
That's right. You'll let the system do it. So save, and now it'll work. Now we'll have the correct colors. Press
Hopefully.
1. Not hopefully, it's happening.
We get ones.
So I've got 1, 2. Okay, that's all good.
Saying, phew, I got money.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but alright.
Phew, I'm not bankrupt, at least. Almost.
The coin almost went away. There, have it.
Nothing. You get no money. Ooh.
Ooh.
You get a 10 one.
10.
You get a nothing.
Have it.
Oh, yeah. You
That was
get
a 5. Yeah, but I didn't get a heart.
not yet.
Okay.
Remove vase this time.
Ow. Oh, I'm nearly dead.
You need some hearts.
I do.
While you're being in a nice safe room.
But
too,
first,
so.
the hand of God.
Which you already
Oh
have.
dear. That's alright. I'll climb out the other way.
There's
I'm
no
around
ladder.
There is a
I was
ladder.
about to say, yeah, I thought you were going there, so. Cyan one, that's 50, I think. Yep. And you got 1. There's a green one back there.
So they are a bit frequent. And we're getting absolutely no hearts. Yeah, so I think these are far too frequent, the good ones, and the hearts are not frequent enough. So let's keep playing with these values at least a little bit before we stop today. So heart, let's put it at 0.75 or something. 1 rupee at 90%, and that's okay. This one, let's reduce it to 20%. So that's 5. 10 is 10%. 50 is 5%, etc. Right, so let's save. I was still weirded out though. We got lots of really high value coins as well. So that's strange. Press 1.
You get
Yeah,
health.
I got my first heart now. What the heck? What are the odds?
Boom.
No,
1 coin.
that was
20
a 20.
coins. 1 One heart, one heart.
Oh dear. Oof.
One almost lost heart.
Run, Forrest!
His name is Ted.
Ted?
Yes, we said his name was Ted.
Okay. Be funny to do an initial menu where you go input your name, and then it says actually his name is Ted. See you later. There goes Ted. I can already see speedrunners playing this game.
Nothing. Still nothing. Monies. Hearts.
Smashing everything.
Oh yeah, you get some good stuff.
10 and 10. Yeah, it looks to me like the probabilities are a bit better now.
See if you get something good.
I whiffed.
He did something.
Ah!
Charging. Bomb time.
I win. With 42 coins. Well, and on that note, I think that's sufficient for today. Thanks YouTube crowd for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye bye.
Bye.